Wikipedianer dann teilweise anonym untereinander, um den Artikel weiter voranzubringen.
Ach, das ist ja total verrückt. Welcher Reiter ist noch wichtig? Also wenn ich zum Beispiel wissen möchte, ob ein Artikel gut ist, ob es ein guter Artikel ist, ob er verlässlich ist. Ja?
Genau. Sie haben jetzt schon viel dazugelernt. Wir haben die bearbeitende Schaltfläche gefunden, Diskussion und natürlich, wenn ich wissen will, wer war das eigentlich, wer sind diese Rosenkohl-Experten, dann klicke ich oben auf Versionsgeschichte und
überhaupt kein Problem für dieses leckere Gemüse Rosenkohl. Und was für leckere Sachen man damit machen kann, erfahren wir ja gerade heute auch im ARD-Buffet. Ich muss
Val. Aquí, después tenim
nicht mehr ganz so bitter schmecken. Früher war das mit dem Frost aber wichtiger als heute, denn heute gibt es moderne Sorten, die von Natur aus sozusagen schon weniger Bitterstoffe enthalten. So oder so, man sollte die Saison...
Elegirías vela.
Elijo vela. Me encanta.
Eso es...
Doch es sind auch Überbleibsel aus Lebensabschnitten, die Geschichten von ihren einstigen Besitzern erzählen.
Stefan Rode ist ein spontaner Mensch. Als sich der Gastronom vor 12 Jahren ein Schloss mit 14 Zimmern anschaut,
force the decisions they make, oftentimes just ignores their rulings.
Yes, that's it's a problem in a developing country usually, and that's why I've always said this separation of powers. This is what is supposed to underscore. You know, the judiciary taking decision, executive automatically enforcing it, but for the executive to feel, you know, that it is right to enforce, somehow too, they have to have the sense that what is coming up is justice. Substantive justice is coming up from the courts. So apart from politics, if that feeling is there that, look, what is coming from the court is really something else, there will be the tendency to resort to self-help. And this is what substantive justice is supposed to cure. And this is why what makes the courts, what gives strength to the judiciary, the courts, is the type of justice that's dispensed. Because if they do not dispense really substantive justice, sooner than later, their decisions will be ignored.
And of course,
both the executive and even the public.
Yes, but a lot of that justice, in order for it to be perceived to be authentic and genuine, would have to challenge the executive.
Oh, sure, certainly.
Innumerable, I mean, many, many times. Let me bring you in, Shamsuddin Yusuf. I mean, do you think Nigeria's image as a corrupt country has suffered more as a result of the crisis with the Chief Justice, or the image has improved because of the way that the Chief Justice, the President, stepped in to as it were, take charge of this?
I think that question is really difficult to answer. But it'll be good to look at it, the two sides to the coin. First is that one is the person who, like, I said earlier that this is an interesting development. Development in the sense that people who are actually of the opinion that the country is absolutely corrupt, and we always see judiciary as the last hope of an ordinary person. In a situation whereby the institution is also enmeshed in a whole lot of corruption, it becomes very, very it will be not surprising for people to start, not believing in such institution.
Right.
Because people would, a lot of people would believe that this is just just a drop in an ocean. One person has been exposed today is a clear indication that a lot of people are actually corrupt within that institution. So someone can actually look at it from that point of view. But it could also mean that, well, the fact that the CJN has been exposed, it's also critical that this administration is a pointer to the fact that this administration is really
Anytime you whisper, I need you.
Where it was decided that suspension is included in the definition of removal. In other words, that definition, constitutional definition of the removal of
en estudios hay que a mí siempre me gustan mucho, que encima de estos días